Hello and welcome everyone back to Yosemite Valley Zoo. We are already in episode number 3 and hell has episode number 2 been a controversial yet amazing episode. It was the Planet of the Apes episode, and by the time I released it, I knew that it kind of would lead to a certain kind of buzz. I didn't even know which kind of buzz it will be, but I was sure that it will lead to something, controversial is the right word, I guess. There was so much feedback, and I don't want to go into this detail or feedback in particular, because I will do something else with this feedback. And before I go into today's episode of Yosemite Valley Zoo, we are talking quickly about last episode. So first of all, a decision is made. This thing, the habitat, will be deleted from this park. However, it's for a very good reason. I did this poll right afterwards, and the poll is not really, the poll intentionally was created to have a third option, which is keep it for later and decide then. I was just trying to see if I do include an option that potentially everyone is going to take, if still the people who say deleted would come out on top of the poll, They didn't really quite come up on top of it, but they weren't far off. However, the kind of very straightforward keep it fraction was by far the lowest, and this is exactly what I wanted to see. Now, my personal opinion, and happily or fortunately, I should say, my personal opinion does count a little in this episode still, so that's fine. My personal opinion right after I released the episode was already very much towards deleting it. And here's my point. It was a whole bunch of fun to build it. It was insanely inspiring for me as well to see what the game is capable of. It was super great to use those different pieces and stuff. But there were two main issues about this. So first issue being, I didn't want to run into any kind of copyright infringement issues with my channel. Now, in the past couple of weeks, the channel is experiencing an exceptional growth, which is insane and incredible, and still I do this as a little bit of hobby, and I'm not that kind of a pro, and I'm living in Germany, and I know that especially Germany is quite heavy on these kind of law things that you can't really understand or whatever. So I want to play it safe here. So I want to put it out of this series at least, because if there's anything coming towards me, I can still talk about this, regarding the other series. Also, and that's the next bit of me talking about this, I feel like, yes, with a lot of arguing, we could argue that this is somewhat realism, in terms of that it could be built. But yeah, I mean, with a lot of money and a lot of patience, most likely everything could be built. But that's not the idea about this park. I mean, yes, we said we don't want to put us too many limits, like it's not budget or whatever. It's a very rich park, that's fine, and we are not going to play it safe the whole time and just do nothing or whatever. That's absolutely not my target. The thing is, what I want to have is somewhat of a cohesively nice looking park in the end. I want to make sure that this all feels like one organic mass and nothing is really sticking out too much. And this particular habitat has been absolutely sticking out a lot, so that's my main reason why I deleted it. But now let's stop talking about this, and you will see Planet of the Apes today if I get it done. It depends a little bit on the traffic on the road. So tonight I'm streaming from 8 p.m. Central European time, maybe 9:30. I have to see because of food and stuff, I need to eat something first. But if I get it done and have some spare time before I switch over to Twitch, I will definitely want to make a little bit of a live stream of my ape habitat and kind of, releasing it as a blueprint, because I feel like it's really cool to also go through your feedback, have you guys in the chat, and then so if this is happening, this episode will be released at 17:30 tomorrow. So in 1.5 hour maybe I am live again on YouTube building this wonderful habitat, not building but fixing and finishing the ape habitat. So now let's talk about today's episode. So first of all, I'm not going to stick with you with the whole commentary simply because it's already pretty late at night and I usually should go to bed now. But I wanted to finish this episode today because I just stopped playing and I completely forgot the time again. And again, there is too much footage that went into one episode. The problem is I won't be able to keep this schedule for once, and also I won't be able to keep this level of process, I should say, within one episode, because it's ridiculous how much I've done again. But there will be also, as a little treat for you guys, because I have no cinematics today, there will be a real-time section at the end showing you what I've done, and also you can see that the footage is sped up quite dramatically this time. However, I might just add, it's not that much quicker. It's normally I have like 8 times. This time I have like 8.7 times. This weird number is just because it just came out perfectly fitting with the other footage to be not that long. And yeah, anyways, that's my day. Whatever. But you can see it's quite quickly, which is mostly because I used the grid so much. But yeah, in today's episode, we are focusing most likely on everything that is not really needed for the zoo. It's weird though, but yeah. We are talking about this parking lot a lot. Whoa, okay, that was weird. And we're talking about the backstage area, which I'm just struggling to build right now. So I put a lot of these buildings in here, and I just figured in Sandbox, I'm not even sure if I will need them. What I definitely know already by now is that before I'm going to release this park, or every now and then, we definitely need an episode of fixing the zoo, because since I'm not paying any attention to whatever is going on in my zoo, there is a whole bunch of problems, like people not accessing habitats and animals starving and whatnot. Like at the moment, because we deleted the ape habitat, there is nothing in here. There's no animal litter in here, but we will create one habitat tonight. We definitely have to look also into how the gameplay itself handles it. And when I put the staff members in, everything was just broken. So I decided to build this backstage area. I wanted to have some cargo halls. I wanted to have some easier buildings for like staff training and so on. And I also wanted to have like a backstage access. As you have seen, there's a whole like a very wide-ish entrance to the left-hand side of this backstage area, and also I wanted to have something that covers it up so that the guests are not able to see this backstage area. So I decided to include a little bit of a food courtyard, or like a food area here to this building. I wanted to make it really look subtle, like nothing Disney-ish themed, but just as if the building would actually suit or like fit in here naturally. And you know, the thing about my idea is that I wanted to cover up what is behind by not putting too much in. And also, as a little nice side effect, it almost seems like that the shops are connected with the backstage area anyway. So this is pretty cool. So the shops are not really standing on their own now. They are not like bare bone little things. Still, people would jump in from the front, which is down to the fact that they don't have any other access to them. But well, that's what it is, I guess. And yeah, so in particular, I like how this turned out in the end. So it was for once very cool, but I'm talking about this in the real-time part as well. I'm quite happy with how less pieces I used for this area, because at the moment I'm already looking into saving pieces wherever I can, because I know where this leads in the future. So I'm very happy that I at least you know, barriers are a super cool thing to save on piece counts for like walls and like fences and stuff. Normally I would all do them, you know, handmade with like 7-8-ish pieces in one fence. Now you only drag the fence around and that's basically it. So yes, it's starting to look boring at a certain point, but there are ways in making it more interesting looking, to just change some of the barriers around and use them wherever it's possible to use them. So I think it's kind of cool in the end. But anyways, I am going to leave you guys alone now with the music for a bit, and I'll rejoin the commentary just before we go into the real-time part. So until then, enjoy the footage, and this is, whatever I can say for now. But I hope to hear you again, or well, I talk to you again, I should say. God, I'm tired and confused. Don't just listen to me. Well, anyways, see you in a bit. Alright, as promised, and hopefully I didn't shock you too much over here, I just rejoined with my commentary right where we are at one of the points I wanted to talk about. What a coincidence. Yeah, the staff path in Planet Zoo. I really do love that we do have staff pathing by now. I really do hate the texture of them, I have to say. I'm so sorry, Frontier, but I love that there is a little bit of branding in there, and I love that you can distinguish that it is staff pathing, but hell, I mean, come on, please don't do it that repetitive. I mean, I even like the color choices, but it's like with the logo on bigger plazas, it just looks so weird. So what I did, as you have seen, I just covered it up, and then I just threw some of the peafowls in because I wanted to make this area a peafowl area. So it will take a little bit of struggling, you will see in the real-time part. I don't even know if I will ever be able to create this entrance area as a peafowl habitat. This was the idea, to have them free roaming, and I think this could look nice if we have like 10 to 15 peafowls roaming around in this very large parking lot area. But as of now, I just tested how they behave and if this works and how the habitat requirements work. This is pretty easy, you can make them pretty happy easily, but yeah, they can obviously escape everywhere right now, so we have to find a solution for that, maybe tonight in the live stream or in some future episodes. But yeah, now in a few bits we will jump over to the live stream. I'm just doing a little bit of foliage over here. It's not the final one, I still need to do some polishing here. It's just to give it a context and to see how it works together, but for now it's, you know, there's also some of the, like, basically 99% of all the lines and all the street signage, I think I should say, is not done yet, so this will be also done later. Hopefully, I guess. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you in the real-time part in a few seconds. Until then, enjoy the last very seconds of this footage. Alright guys, here we are in a little real-time overview. As promised in the episode, yeah, I'm gonna show you real quick of the overview of this area first of all. The reason being why I decided to do this time is simply because it was very hard to put in cinematic. So this is the backstage area, our main focus point, or the vocal point of this episode, which I put a lot of effort into, even though it doesn't really look that crazy. So you can really tell how this thing came together. I have to say though, I am quite astonished by how less pieces I used this time to make it really look some kind of believable. But yeah, I think the main focus is also the road that will hopefully look a lot better in the end. And now you have a little bit of a peafowl just escaping from our area. Let me just quickly pause the game because I definitely want to not have this way. You have seen I just laid out the habitat for the peafowl. I think I will do this in the end properly, but off screen. I just figured it will take way too long because I have to just kind of find some ways of kind of making this everything the habitat, and then just kind of getting some natural borders in. So maybe these things can be the natural border here, and then this is kind of the entrance, so we make this whole plateau over here the natural environment for the peafowl. I think it's not too bad to make it with the bottom part. There will be no other animal in here anyways, so I think this could be doable. I'm not too sure how this will work out, so we have to exclude this area, so we may have to do some kind of guest gates here. But yeah, the entrance itself is already a big issue, so maybe we could you know, do some guest gates here. I think this would be also some kind of interesting stuff to see how the guest gates work inside this building in general. So this would make up for a lovely little thing, I guess, but maybe we will see in the future. If not, I will just have them roam around and you know, whatever, maybe they don't work at all. I just want to also have this door over here, so just to have like a backstage door in the back. I think it just looks nice, and yeah, we'll have to see how this works out. But this was the very short overview of this area. I have to say it came together better than I expected. And now, as a little reminder, I will stream this park tonight on Twitch. So if you guys are interested in getting a little bit of an idea of how I build in real time, make sure to jump over to my Twitch channel. This is where you find me tonight streaming this wonderful park. And yeah, until then, I can't even wait to get my hands again onto streaming. Now, have a good time, and hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Until then, bye guys, see you, and goodbye. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching this video, I really do appreciate that. As always, make sure to check out also my social media channels. You can find me everywhere under @Rudi Rennkamel. Also big thanks to the crew, you can see it on the left hand side right now. And as always, if you want to see more, you click that card on the top right. And if you want to stick around because you like the stuff you've just saw, whatever, you know what I mean, just click that sub button, which is to the bottom right of the screen right now. But everything else I can say is have a great time and see you next time. Bye guys.
Looking at the right